fucking nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou is the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The Moneyline.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week. The Moneyline. We are live talking UFC Vegas 86. I am AJ, joined as always by my guy Mike Finch. What's happening, bro?
I'm so hyped for my guy Charlie Radke scoring that KO out over the weekend. Your guy Muslim Salikov went down. I was having a damn good time, AJ, watching those fistfights. Now, I know people had crazy picks. I know the prelims were a little nuts. I definitely didn't have a perfect card. But the night before that, I went, 5 for 5 on Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships picks. So, come on, man. We had a good weekend over here, AJ. Nice to see the account, the little number. It went up a digit. We like to see that.
That's beautiful for you, man. I'm glad that you pulled out big with Bare Knuckle in UFC. I'm looking forward to chopping it up for this card. Last week was abysmal for me as far as the UFC went. With Bare Knuckle, went tremendous. But UFC was a rocky fucking road. And I'm excited to turn it up and come back with a mean vengeance this week. I will stand on this. Ripsky's picks over the sober picks. I'm blaming. This is the fucking tea break, bro. I'm telling you.
It's all these freaking guys in the chat trying to tell my guy he needs to be what? High? He needs to do drugs to make picks correctly? I don't think so. My guy AJ might have the occasional off week, but my man does his research, and that research will be done better if he's not baked. Okay? All right. I believe in sober AJ. I still have a place here for sober AJ. I say, and I'm the only one saying this, I want to see sober AJ back.
You know, sober AJ right now is like tier T-list Vitor Belfort at 38. It's not looking great.
It's all good, man. You're going to be back. Look, we have weeks like this.
I understand.
We're going to go through it. Hey, big shout out to Sleuth in the chat. He says, shout out to the Moneyline. This is what we live for, Sleuth. Thank you so much. I don't even know what founding father he's got with the sunglasses on, but Sleuth, just for you, I brought my sunglasses too, dog. Let's do this show.
Sleuth is pound for pound the best founding father. I don't know if he was in the declaration or not, but he gets all my due respect. I'll match Finch with the shades. We're becoming those D-bags tonight. Logan Tyson, 199. What's up, Kings? What's up, Logan Tyson? Shout out to you, man.
Shout out, Logan. Appreciate it.
Hey, listen, we got one more vote for Sober AJ by Spartacus. That's it. That's it. Just one. One of we got 1, 2 out of the fucking 27K. So you know what? Numbers. I'm going down the Ripsky route. We'll see what happens next week, man.
No, I think sober AJ is gonna do fine. Jay's MMA says Finch is gonna give it to AJ. This is fucking hilarious. All right, look, he didn't know about Charlie Radke. I'm the one who had the inside info. Okay, I've been guillotined by Charlie Radke. I knew about the game. I've seen him knock people out with that left hook before. I knew about Charlie Radke. The one I can't let him off the hook about is he bet on 99-year-old Muslim Salikov? AJ, tell me you didn't personally bet on that one.
I didn't personally bet on him, but I did pick him. And you know what? Regardless, it's a bad fucking call. He was a dog that looked appealing. I waited till weigh-ins. They said he looks a foot shorter and, a decade and a half older. I think best not to fucking throw down. But nonetheless, people probably still did. People still bet on that line. It's unfortunate. They should have listened to Mike Finch locking Randy Brown by knockout. That's it.
Jeremiah Wells via knockout. Now, to be fair, I did say head kick. It ended up being that 1-2 down the pipe. Jeremiah Wells looking explosive. Look, the old man didn't look too bad. I mean, he was out there moving his head. He was in the fight, but the speed and explosion, the timing that Jeremiah Wells hit him with. Jeremiah Wells in that deep stance, throwing hard.
Jeremiah Wells, Randy Brown. You think?
Oh my God, I'm saying Jeremiah Wells. I said it 10 times too. Holy shit! I'm not even high. I didn't even smoke today. The sunglasses were just for Sleuth. I didn't even. Wow. My bad. God. Wrong African-American fighter. Okay. Sorry about that. Randy Brown. My fault, dude. Jeremiah Wells is fighting on this card. Okay, folks.
All right. I get it. Hey, listen, Paku, we appreciate the $2 Aussie. Thanks, Finch, for the Radke pick. We'll quickly run through a couple. We're not going to stick too long with the recap, but we do want to just quickly touch on the main event and a couple others. Obviously, Amavov Delidze, majority decision didn't make sense to me. I thought it was unanimous. Amavov looked smooth, stopped most of the grappling onslaught. To be honest, Delidze's best game plan would have been pull guard earlier in the fight, because when he got it to the ground, I mean, he's dangerous. He threatens with legs and stuff, but Amavov was pretty sound.
And Mavov's so much better at striking, man. He's so light on his feet. I remember we took some heat in the chat for both going and Mavov, but guys, he's just a better striker and just more built for that 5-round fight. You saw Delidze getting a little desperate. He was having some trouble seeing, I think. I don't know if it was blood in the eye or what. You saw him slow down, get wild. And, you know, desperate was the right word. He was just kind of throwing Hail Marys out there. He was looking for that huge overhand right. He just was not going to find it. And Mavov's the man. And Mavov's really good. You know, he almost fought Chris Curtis out there. You saw that shit when he walked towards the corner and Chris Curtis was barking at him and Herb Dean, I will disqualify you. I will disqualify you. We're like, oh, shit. Shit is getting hot out there. And sure enough, he did not disqualify him. It was an earned W for Amavov. It shouldn't have been a majority decision. And Amavov pretty much started to dominate that fight, AJ.
Shout out to Street Baller for the 199. He says, yo, Finch, tell your boy to never make a dog as a lock again. Finch, what do you have to say to this?
Tell my boy to never make a dog as a lock. Well, first of all, I should have locked Charlie Radke. I was giving you guys Charlie Radke. I didn't. Did I? Did I lock him? Did I go that far?
You went Brown, my friend.
I went Brown for lock.
You went Brown Town.
I gave you guys Charlie Radke. I should have locked him. No, dogs are great. Sometimes a dog lock is the best. I gave that old Bilal Muhammad pick when he was a dog. It was such a good lock. So no. I totally disagree. Street Baller, but you know what I do agree with? That you're a baller for the $2. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
bro.
listen, Street Baller, I appreciate the $2, but I'm not standing for no disrespect. Go sit 5 minutes in the corner with the dunce out. Timing his ass out. Thank you for the 199, but I'm not tolerating no disses on my fucking call, regardless of how shit it was. You know what I'm saying? I took it on the chin nicely, Finch. If you saw the fight companion, I was a punching bag for a good 5 hours after that. You know, 3 hours, whatever.
It's part of the job, AJ. Exactly. You got to sit in the hot seat. See, at least I don't really have to face the music. I mean, I sit here for 10 minutes when we recap the card. AJ's getting roasted for 5 hours. AJ's getting, I mean, you guys want to see sober AJ. He's about to be a drinker again. You guys are stressing him the fuck out.
They're going down a bad path, man. They're going down a bad path. Listen, let's get to the co-main event. Let's look at it. It was Dober Money Moicano. Dober had some big punches early, but the grappling of Moicano came through beautifully, and he pulled off a hard-fought decision after an injury. And what he did is make the most of his mic time. The dude blew up, bro. He gained like 8,000 subs on YouTube. His channel is now really starting to get some steam. So shout out to Money Moicano. I was trying to get the collab all week for after because I picked Moicano, but he did the right thing. He went for the biggest fish in the pond, Guru. He called him out afterwards, you know, talked his shit, which is smart, bro.
Biggest fish in the pond.
He went for the 140K subs. I mean, I don't blame him, bro. There's a lot of subs there, but
no, he's just a big motherfucker. He's just a big circumference. You know, what did he call him? He said some choice words for Guru.
Listen, he had choice words, but now they're doing a collab soon. So I think that my collab with Moicano might be out the window now that he's going big time on us, man. He's big timing me a bit.
It's good.
We got to hit 100K first. So give me time.
Yeah, I actually had to tune in to see Guru's reaction to that one. That's pretty awesome that he got the call out on the mic.
Sick.
He said, fuck you, you fat pig, or what did he say? I don't know. Whatever he was saying, he was going for the throat. He was going for the jugular. So super fun. Moicano's just an awesome dude. Good win for him. He had to tough it out, man. He had to dig deep. He started to slow down too. You know, Dober started to come back a little bit, but we saw the positional dominance with the grappling. It was like when Money Moicano got to that top position, man, it was a big problem for Dober. He got busted up down there. He got controlled. Drew Dober, as capable as he is, just not a wrestler.
No, he's not. He's just jacked and strong. Drunken Boxing, shout out to you dropping a donor. Went to Nevek. Shout out to the gifted membership, bro. I really appreciate you throwing me a membership. It means a lot. Building the members up beautifully. We started, Finch, you don't know about this? The Ultimate push-up championship, which is blowing up on the member streams. It's the
What are
newest
you
cult
talking
fucking sport on the planet, bro. UPC.
What the fuck?
Current champ Latrell Spencer, bro. He's currently got the throne. We had Justin Mack challenge, bro. The members only streams are about as crazy as it gets, man. It's pretty sick, bro. So shout out Drunken Boxing, and I look forward to members Thursday.
I'm totally out of the loop, but you got to
UPC,
include me in,
baby.
man. Apparently, I got to
UPC.
become a member.
I'm a Dana White of the UPC. You know what I'm saying? UPC's taking over. It's ultimate push-up, bro. Because the subscribers want to go after each other. They want to compete. I can't have them box through the screen, so I started ultimate push-up, head-to-head push-up challenge, and currently we've had one event, bro. We got UPC 2 going down on Thursday on the channel, bro. UPC members only exclusive.
Damn, I like it, AJ. I might have to jump in on this. I'm a
beautiful
busy
show.
man, so I don't know about a Thursday,
Don't
but we'll
worry
see.
about
I'll
it.
jump in on it. I mean, what's the challenge? Is it always going to be push-ups? What are you doing?
Well, right now it's ultimate push-up. It's occasional. It's a live stream with me.
I can bang out some push-ups.
I take
bro.
live viewer questions.
I had the push-up record when I was in 7th grade. All right, in middle school,
Listen.
could bang out some fucking push-ups, man.
I'm not competing in it. I'm just there to host the show. Latrell Spencer holds the crown right now. Yeah, contact Pick'em if you want to make an appearance. Right now, I got him running like Hunter Campbell out here.
Spartacus is laughing. How is Finch not a member? I know. What the fuck? I'm too fucking VIP, bro.
I don't blame
I
him.
want to be gifted one, man. I'm too
My
good.
brother's
No,
not
I'm
a
gonna
member
pay, and I'm going to get in line with the folks, okay? I'm a man of the people. I told you it's coming, man.
Oh, it's all good, Finch. You don't need to pay me $4.99 a month, man. It's all good, bro. It's all good.
No, I got you. And Finch is a fighter. He don't need no UPC wins. I mean, it's true. It's
You
true.
don't need it.
5-0 MMA. I've
Let's
had
go.
maybe 100 wrestling matches, grappling matches. I got dubs other places,
Oh, but the
that don't mean I
UPC
can't bang out
throne,
some push-ups with you
come on.
motherfuckers.
UPC throne, I think, is bigger than any UFC title or anything like that, bro. UPC, are you kidding me? You become a cult meme on the internet. Number
Fair
one.
enough. Done.
All right, bro. Let's keep running down. Is there any other fights that you're interested in really touching on, man? Because I'm ready to talk.
I mean, the
one.
Charlie Radke knockout was sick. Look, Charlie is very, very powerful, very explosive, and he was able to show that. I think, I said it before. It's like people judging him off of that UFC debut did not get a really in-depth look on what Charlie Radke is capable of. He is a great boxer. He's a great striker. He puts a lot of pressure on people. He walks people down. I was telling you guys, he walked that UFC champion down. He puts the car in drive. You saw him do that. He definitely was constantly moving forward, applying pressure, and that's how he kept finding those left hooks. And if it wasn't the knockout, it could have been a choke too. He's an absolute beast with the grappling. Big props to him, and now folks are going to find out.
I like Radke, man. I thought he was pretty dope. I like this post fight. I like the personality, the edge. I think that kind of reminded me a little bit of Ali Aquinta too. It gave me flashbacks to that. It was sick, bro. Good post fight, good performance. Destroyed Urbina as a big dog here. And the reason that Radke was a dog is simply because we hadn't seen him fight to his potential yet. And damn. He looks pretty good. Destroyed Urbina. Brutal knockout.
Notorious. Let's effing go. Radke from the hometown. Moneyline, Indiana, shit. Illinois. In Illinois. Oh, I see. In Illinois. Yeah. Charlie, local guy. I mean, yeah, it's cool. I've known him since he was like fresh out of high school, so shit. Really, really cool to see him on the UFC scene. And then I'm seeing under it, Radke gets smoked by better competition. Depends on how much better you're talking. Remember that Radke's still young. I mean, Radke's still pretty green as far as being the UFC level. He's a newcomer to the UFC. It's his second UFC fight. He's 2-0 now. Let him work his way up. I could see the potential for him being great.
Listen, chat has been giving me hell about this because I said I like Radke. They've been shitting on me. Finch, is he a scumbag? You've met him personally. You know him.
A scumbag? No, he's not a scumbag. He I see why people are giving him some negative reactions because of the shit on the mic. He went to the post-fight press conference and was like, why aren't you guys paying me for these interviews? I mean, he's definitely marching to the drum of his own, the beat of his own drum. But Charlie Radke is a good dude, a hardworking dude. Chuck Buffalo is what his friends call him, what people call him, Chuck Buffalo. And he's from a small town, and he works super fucking hard, and he came all the way up till this point where you guys are talking about him all around the world. So I got nothing but respect and love for him. Yeah, for sure. He flicks off the camera. He says the F word, not that F word. He riles people up a little bit. He kind of knows what he's doing, though. I mean, for him, you heard all the names he said in that post-fight interview. Like, part of this is him capitalizing on the microphone being in his face, and the other part of it is that's Charlie, man. He's he's a good dude.
Let's go. Like to hear it. Let's go. Listen, Finch, I want to talk fights that are upcoming. It's UFC Vegas 86. Make sure you guys watching, smash the likes and show some love. And let's start this card off with some predictions. Let's do it. First fight, Daniel Marcos, Aoriqileng. The prediction for me is going to be Daniel Marcos to win. Now, I do think that Quilong is explosive and dangerous in the striking department. Marcos will have an advantage, specifically with the lower half. Better kicker, better lateral movement. And I think he is going to be able to avoid big shots from Quilong. I don't see Quilong having a lot of wrestling success. And I think Marcos can technically outwork and outstrike him over 3 hard rounds and get a unanimous decision. I'm going Daniel Marcos for the W, Mike.
Yeah, you got to think Marcos here. Look, Quileng could probably take him the distance. It's not like Marcos has a ton of power to be able to put him away. And yeah, Marcos just did kind of eke by Davy Grant. But I think I picked Davy Grant in that fight. Did you? I mean, I thought that was kind of a tough matchup for him too. Here he is against Aoriqileng. And yeah, I think that this is a much better fight for him. I do think he scores in these rounds because his output's going to be a lot higher. He'll stay a little bit ahead, use his legs, use high hands, make sure that he's just throwing twice as many strikes, and he'll stay ahead. Nice, clean, unanimous decision for Marcos.
All right. Clean, unanimous decision for Marcos. Seems like the consensus for us both. Minus 230, the favorite, and then Marcos to win by a decision, plus 115, with an over 2.5 at minus 165. I think there's a high likelihood of this pick hitting, bro. We're going Marcos. He should beat Aoriqileng. That's my thought process here. Like the prospect on the come up, and I think Aoriqileng, it's not that he isn't good. He's still getting better. He's still dangerous for sure. I just don't think he's as technically sound. And like a lot of people are going to watch tape of just their last fights, and then you're going to judge Aoriqileng off of a win against Johnny Munoz, who's not near the caliber of striker to Davy Grant, who gave Marcos a hard fight. So like, yeah, Aoriqileng, I guess, looked better on, the film last time out because Marcos was truly tested. But let's do Munoz versus Davy Grant facing off. It's not even it's a knockout. So I think Marcos should get the win here.
Yeah, Marcos should be able to stretch him out. It's not like it's not like Marcos is this lethal knockout puncher or something, but I think it's just a matter of staying on the tit for tat, constantly popping out the jab, kicking the calf, kicking the leg. I think he's just going to stay ahead of him, AJ.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's go. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, we got Hyder Amil versus Fernie Garcia. Weird one for me because Garcia's coming up in weight. He's 0-3 in the UFC, dropping decision after decision. But Hyder Amil is not a guy that I feel that excited about as a prospect. He's 33 at 8-0. He's in competitive fights constantly. Emra Sonmez and him was competitive in a back-and-forth wrestling match. You dig into the tape of him outside of the UFC, and he's in competitive fights, giving up bad positions at points. But his fight's at 45. Fernie coming in on short notice. He's the smaller guy. I think the natural size and strength advantage will come into play, specifically in that wrestling department. And I am going to pick Hyder Amil to pull off a hard-fought decision here against the tough Fernie Garcia.
I mean, at 8-0, I got him as a dog against Fernie Garcia. Is that what you're seeing?
So the line on that is actually a mismark by Tapology. I had the same thought at first. I said, no shit, he's this big of a dog. But most books have him ranging in the minus 170s as a favorite currently.
I mean, I just can't have Fernie Garcia losing to Journey Newsome and then, losing 2 more and then stepping in there against this newcomer, and you say 33 like it's a bad thing, bro. 33, he could be in his fucking prime. What? You just freaking told people to go bet on somebody who's 39. What do you mean 33? You didn't tell people to go bet on him. Correction. You didn't tell. We never tell anybody to go bet.
Hands
okay?
Hands are clean.
He washes his hands of that sin.
I'm washing my fucking hands, man. Listen, I was paid by the books to drop the Salikov pick.
Don't clip that. Don't clip that, folks. That'd be a good new part of the intro, you know. Francis Ngannou is the hardest punch. I was paid by the books to drop this pick. We'll add it. Okay. I think Hyder Amil too, but guys, he beat a guy who's 9-6, Devontae Sewell, who was a split decision. Like, dig back into some of these LFA fights, watch his tape. AJ put his finger on it. This guy is vulnerable. If you're betting on this card, you're crazier than I am. Or if you're betting on this fight, you're crazier than I am.
Don't bet on this fight, bro. We got an 0-3 in the UFC who's coming up in weight, and you got Amil on the other side who is giving up bad positions on the regional scene. So it's one of those toxic fights where you can get burned on either side. I think sit back and hopefully enjoy the action between these two.
I will. And I think it's a competitive fight. It's the right fight. I mean, This is how you bring Amil in too. Yes. Like, if you look at it from that perspective, Fernie Garcia is the fight you want. If you're his manager, you're jumping at this opportunity because he's not ready for true UFC caliber guys yet. Fernie Garcia, you know, loser leaves town type fight. I mean, Fernie Garcia has to win this fight. Definitely one to just enjoy.
Let's go. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card, Zach Pauga versus Bogdan Guskov. I'm picking Zach Pauga to win because I think Guskov is overrated, and I think he's chinny, and I believe that he was fraud checked a bit. Now, I know Volkan Oezdemir is dangerous, but I feel like Zach Pauga is still a strong athlete. We're also at the apex, and I think Pauga could give him trouble in the clinch. Now, not my favorite betting side, because I'll tell you this, Zach Pauga is not top caliber in the UFC. Bogdan Guskov doesn't look to be top caliber in the UFC. Why am I thinking Pauga wins? I'm just seeing a vulnerability of Guskov getting hit coming inside. And then I also believe Pauga training with Curtis Blades is going to be very conditioned and physically strong. And I do think he takes a good punch, and Guskov could potentially let the gas tank fly and end up getting stopped. But I don't love it, man. Like, honestly, I want to just void this fight off because I don't love the prospect of betting Guskov as an underdog because Pauga nonetheless is fairly tough. And then I don't love the idea of betting Pauga as a favorite here because he's got to win by decision against Beverly Hills fucking Ninja. He couldn't knock him out. And, like, that's concerning. But on Ultimate Fighter, he knocked out a heavyweight. So, like, there is hope for a knockout. I don't know. I'm going Zach Pauga, but it might bite me in the ass, or it might be like a last week sober pick or something like that.
Yeah, I think Volkan Oezdemir is really good. So I don't really have so much trouble with that fight against Guskov. I'd pick Volkan Oezdemir to whoop Pauga too. So Guskov losing to Volkan's no big deal. Nice win streak coming in before that. I think he is pretty well-rounded. You know, I heard you on your previous show talking about how Pauga might be able to clinch him, put him into the fence, work on him there. I think in the clinch, Guskov is a problem too, though. I like the sambo, judo. I don't know what he's got going on, but my man can grapple for sure. You know, again, losing to Volkan Oezdemir. Volkan Oezdemir is very good. He's, you know, been top 10 and be at the bottom of the top 10. But, you know, Pauga's a guy who's been knocked out by the other Usman, the gigantic Usman, right? And winning a decision against Jordan Wright, not super impressive, as you pointed out. I think the way they match up is Pauga needs to knock him out. You know, Pauga needs to go out there, let his hands go, look for that KO. I think if he doesn't get it, he loses this fight. I'm going with Guskov.
Respect on the Guskov front. As far as odds for it, you're looking at Guskov at plus 105, Pauga minus 125. Realistically, odds are in coin flip category too. So, like, betting wise, are you thinking Guskov is a reliable underdog bet, Mike Finch?
Reliable is a word you would not apply to either fighter below me, but I believe that he is the better fighter. I think he has more ways to win. I think he could win on the ground. I think he could win with his legs, meaning kicking. I mean, he just has, you know, weapons around, better takedowns. You know, Pauga I still see as kind of a boxer. You know, maybe he'll prove me wrong. Guys do improve over time, but coming off of, I believe it was the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, he looked more like a boxer to me. Was it Dana White Contender Series, the Ultimate Fighter?
Tough.
Why can't I remember? Okay, so it was tough. So, you know, he was just more so a boxer, and You know, I know he's a football player and this and that, but Guskov's been a martial artist. You know, he's coming from that base. So I like that better. And he either wins by submission or decision.
Let's go. I respect the calls, Finch, man. I think we shall see when the cage door closes, man. You interested in the props in this one or not really?
Yeah, I mean, I'd hear him. Hit me with him.
We got a Guskov knockout at plus 150. We got a Pauga knockout at plus 275. We got an over 1.5 at minus 120 with an under 1.5 at minus 110.
Guskov money line.
All right, there we go. There's the Finch's call. I'm going Pauga, but don't love it. Finch going Guskov. Best of luck if you're throwing down on, two of these fucking guys.
Daniel Baker says Finch looks like Chael. I've never heard that before. You're the first person. No, people tell me that in person, you know. Anderson Silva, you absolutely suck.
It sounds like Chael's nerdy cousin right there.
Isn't Chael a little nerdy? Isn't Chael
I like it. I like
nerdy?
it.
Like, I know he plays it off like he's the cool guy.
No, he's
but can you imagine Chael in college? He wasn't getting no kitty cat.
I'll be honest, Chael was Chael in it, bro. He's Chael P. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, he's cool now. He's cool now that he's 40 and he's like all jacked from the TRT he's been shooting up for the past 20 years. Yeah. But I'm the no TRT Chael, folks.
Listen, we need Finch we need Finch on that TRT to really emerge as the next Chael son, and that's my vote.
I mean, if I was on the TRT, shit. You know, I could still be fighting. No, I never wanted to take steroids, bro. I've never wanted to be like that. Arnold Schwarzenegger has a fake heart. You know, I can name fighters who are dead right now. It's like you don't want to abuse your body in this way. So I'm always trying to be mindful of that. Another reason I support sober AJ's picks. Take care of your body, you know? You got to take care of your body. I'd never wanted to abuse drugs.
Cheers for that, my man. All right, let's talk about this fight. We got Jeremiah Wells. We got Max Payne Griffin. Listen, Jeremiah Wells, I can't get him out of my head after being fucking dropped by Semmelsberger and touched up on the feet in that fight and really having a pressure wrestle. I think Max Griffin's got a dangerous stand-up game. I think he's pretty quick. And I think he's competent in the grappling. Wells is going to have to bully him with physical strength and grappling control for 3 whole rounds. I know Wells has the nuclear option with power, but it's a bit reckless and wild. And Max Griffin did outstrike Carlos Condit. He did whoop Mike Perry back in the day. He's got legitimate wins in the UFC. He gave Michael Morales a really hard fight. I'm picking Max Payne Griffin as an underdog here.
Man, tough pick. Really, really tough one. So Max Payne Griffin versus Randy Brown. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
That was good.
You took that for a second. Yeah. That was a little callback, folks. That's how you do it with stand-up comedy. Yeah. Definitely a no bet for me, folks. I don't know who's going to win this fight. Jeremiah Wells is in any fight. I mean, he could knock anybody unconscious. You guys saw how he put Court McGee away. Court McGee, like similar record as a Max Payne Griffin, completely different fighter though. Max Griffin, more competent on the feet. So I could see why you would lean Max Griffin here. Oh man, do I really got to pick this fucking thing? Close fight. I just think Jeremiah Wells is more dangerous, and so I'll pick Jeremiah Wells because he is a finisher. He does like to win by knockout. You know, I like that. I think Max Payne Griffin's decently bad matchup for him, though, so I could see him pulling it through. But you're showing me a guy with 10 losses, been around the block, definitely a veteran, but Jeremiah Wells might just need one shot, even if he's losing this fight. So give me the guy with more power, truly a fight I will just enjoy via watching instead of betting.
Odds for this fight, Max Griffin is plus 145. Wells at minus 170. Over 1.5, minus 225. I think's got a fair chance. Griffin to win by a decision is plus 400 with Wells by a decision at plus 185. It's like
good matchup. This is what the UFC does. They make matchups where you go.
It's a good fight. It's a good fight. Max Griffin could win it. But Wells could definitely pull it off too. Betting wise, I mean, you're on the plus money side with Griffin, and you're laying a little chalk down if you're going Wells. Finch on Wells. I'm on Griffin. Up to you guys if you want to throw down with both of us on flip sides, man. Let's go. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, Devin Clark, Marcin Prachnio. Devin Clark for the win, right?
Yeah, bro.
All right, let's go. Good. I'm glad we're on the same side here because I feel like Devin Clark is going to bully Prachnio. I feel like Prachnio is known for his like karate. It's not karate-esque. What am I saying? It's traditionalist striking in a sense, but also brings kind of like a Thai high guard. But bro, I feel like he doesn't set his feet all that well, or at least when guys are willing to pressure him, he's a guy that can be bullied and backed up. And then I have Devin Clark, who's got, you know, the buck tattoo on his chest that just fucking comes forward with pressure. I think he's going to be smothering Prachnio. I think he's going to be ripping him with shots in the dirty boxing, close range in the clinch. And I think Devin Clark can out wrestle him. I'm going Clark to do some damage here. I'm calling it TKO.
It's kind of amazing how much trouble Clark has had in the UFC. I mean, Devin Clark got some tough matchups. Anthony Lionheart-Smith, Ian Cutelaba. But look at some of these wins over powerhouses too. And Marcin Prachnio, another guy who's very physically strong, Alonzo Menefield, William Knight. These guys are such powerhouses. And he was able to, put William Knight away and take Alonzo Menefield all 3 rounds. I think that he's had a pretty tough schedule and he's been in some pretty damn good dogfights. Just because Kennedy hit him with that guillotine last time. It's just a different matchup with Prachnio. I do think Prachnio is not UFC caliber. I do think Clark is more capable. I like the wrestling background. He's a better mixed martial artist overall too. You got to think Devin Clark bounces back nicely here. This is a good matchup for him. He doesn't normally get matchups like this, right? He gets matchups that are tougher. I like Devin Clark in this one for sure.
Devin Clark to win for us both here. Someone said, didn't Marcin beat Roundtree? Somehow Marcin Prachnio beat Khalil Roundtree. That was insane. I remember that fight, and I remember thinking to myself, as it happened, how the fuck did this happen? It was looking like a clear as day Roundtree win, but Roundtree has had mental issues in the past and performance issues, and he's definitely found his potential later now in his career. So I'm not going to hold too much stake to the fact that Prachnio beat I don't know what the word would be, an underwhelming version of Khalil Roundtree. Like, yeah, sure, it's a nice win, but that doesn't equal beating Devin Clark, who is in-your-face pressure style. And Paku says Devin Clark, because dad is in the corner, is savage. Yeah, I do love that aspect.
His dad is good in the corner, man. Yeah, holy shit. His dad's going wild for him. Yeah, it was tough. I think it was the Ian Cutelaba fight where I was like, man, this has got to be tough getting your ass beat in front of your dad like this, you know? People don't understand what these fighters put on the line when you go out there. You're going to get locked in a cage and your mom is sitting cage side, you know? It's kind of fucking crazy what we do. The risk is so high, you know? Yeah. You could go on American Idol and be like, well, the judges didn't like it, but I think I was the better singer. You go in the cage and you get knocked out. That is a very, very final statement about you. And so you put your ego on the line every time. Having your dad in your corner is next level. So yeah, respect to him for that. Devin Clark, a better wrestler too. I think he'll be able to utilize that both offensively and defensively to his credit.
Yeah, my mother actually cornered me in boxing, Finch.
Stop. It was like Mike Perry had his girlfriend.
Yeah, no, I was joking. She was there though.
She was there. Cool. Yeah, my mama always represented. Yeah. My dad is the one who's like, "Don't fight." Never came.
Really?
But, mama was cage side for sure.
Yeah, that's sick. Hey, well, Devin Clark with Pops in the corner to get his hand raised. -210 for Clark. Prachnio +180.
Anakin Skywalker, Sam Alvey brings his family to his fights. You know what's funny is Sam Alvey knocked out Marcin Prachnio too. So just to bring that full circle.
Listen, isn't that crazy? Sam Alvey's low-key a G. I mean, he is the champ right now of karate combat. Clark by knockout is +350, something just to know.
Yeah, folks, you can go crazy on these. Had I put it on, a couple finishes last week, that would have been nice, but you can't rely on it, man. This seems like a money line or a parlay to me.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's go. Mad Depressed lately. Dog just went through TPLO surgery, and now we're gonna go through 8 weeks. Well, cannabis connoisseurs, I hope everything turns up for you, my man. I know I haven't seen you in the streams, but I hope you're doing okay, man. Shout out to you, bro. All right, let's keep running up.
TPLO surgery. You went over my head with that one.
His dog's getting a surgery, man.
All right. All the best,
Yeah,
bro.
all the best, brother. Next fight on the card, Loma Lookboonmee versus Bruna Brasil. Listen, if there's black and white in the fight game, to me, it's this matchup. Okay. If Bruna Brasil somehow beats Loma Lookboonmee, I don't know if the Ripskis can save me at this point. I'm walking out of the fucking room. Because how I look at it is Lookboonmee is going to have the tie clinch advantage, physically stronger, more powerful. I feel like her striking game is definitely to the level of Brazil's. Brazil's decent on the outside. She's got a decision over Shauna Bannon. Denise Gomes outstruck her and hurt her in that fight, dropped her and finished her, whereas Loma Lookboonmee bullied Denise Gomes. So I know MMA math, we're not supposed to use it, but come on, man. Here it should be used. Lookboonmee for the win.
Yeah, and I liked seeing Lookboonmee finish her last fight via submission too. So she's got skills everywhere. She should be able to bully in this fight. She's more physical than Brasil, more powerful. So yeah, give me Lookboonmee's Muay Thai in this one all day.
Chat, we got to hit 100 likes for the stream, guys. We're at 71. Listen
Come
to
on.
Pick 'em in chat. Smash that fucking like button. Show some love to the channel, baby. Let's go, man. Let's go.
I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna do it too.
Let's go, champ. Listen, we're in a beautiful spot right now. Moneyline on the come up beautifully. We're doing big things, bro. Over 100 episodes now. How crazy is that? Me and Finch every week.
Fuck yeah. Let's go, man. Dude, we've been working at this for a minute, man.
Yeah.
I see people looking forward to it. Hey, if you spend your Monday with us, bro, that's awesome. Respect to you.
Yeah.
All the best. I hope you kill it. Whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing, I hope you're killing it. I appreciate you spending some time talking some fist fights.
Let's go. Lookboonmee better win this fight, Mike. Right now, she's a minus 260 favorite. If she loses, I'm going to be distraught, okay? Over 2.5, minus 185 probably. I don't care about the props, but I'll say Lookboonmee decision. Minus 260. I know it's a wide line. But, bro, she's got to win this fight. I see clear as day. Clear W. Like, I think she's going to smother Brasil, take her down. I think she's going to bully her. I think she's stronger, more powerful, hits harder, more potential.
Yeah. She's a bad matchup in the sense that everywhere Brasil should be able to use her skills, she's going to get outmatched there, and the physicality difference is big too. So that's why you got to think Lookboonmee with that clean Muay Thai. She's got that Thailand style Muay Thai with the hips a little more forward, right? She's got just your classic Muay Thai is working at this level in women's MMA. You get that nice clean Muay Thai, it's working, man.
I agree, bro. I think we're on the right track here. We see Loma Lookboonmee getting it done, and I think she's looking stylish, man. Let's go.
She's going to style on her. That's AJ's new thing. So-and-so's going to style on her. He just keeps saying that. I don't know.
Fucking style. You know, Mike, you've known me for a while. I pick up words and I abuse them for a little bit, then get rid of them and add new ones, you know?
Fair enough. You're abusing style.
He's going to give him Fritz.
On her.
She's going to give her Fritz on the feet.
Fritz. There you go. Fritz style. There's another one you used to say a lot. Why am I missing it right now? Got that dog in her. Got that dog in him.
Got that dog in him. Got that fucking dog in him. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card. Let me fucking time out this joke over here for the disrespect. All right, next fight on the card. We got Bolaji Oki versus Damir Hadžović. I'm picking Bolaji Oki to chin him. I have to. I think I'm going with the prospect. I like the style. I think Oki's got nice boxing. He's pretty quick with his combinations. Good straight shots. Also rips to the body well. Just destroyed Dylan Salvador, who, he was an underdog against going in. Hadžović has decent enough Thai boxing and kind of overwhelms certain guys with his physical strength and grappling ability. But something I have to say is I think he's a little bit upright and stiff, especially when you put him in there with somebody who's very fluid with the hands. I think that Oki's going to chin him. Knockout. Oki.
Oki look good, man. Oki look good out there. He's so dangerous on the feet. So how could you fade him, man? Hadžovic's really going to have to mix it up. He can't just stand in front of him. He's going to have to make something happen. If you get caught reaching against this dude, you get your lights put out. So, yeah, we got to think Oki. He keeps the momentum going. He gets a nice KO here. You're going to go against Oki in that little cage. You better grapple because my man's going to be looking for that KO.
Minus 290 for Bolaji Oki to win money line. Under 2.5 is plus 145. What? Well, Oki's power? I think Hadžovic's getting knocked the fuck out.
That's an interesting line. Plus 245.
Plus 145. I wish it was 245. We'd be handling the line right.
245 was more interesting. I heard too.
Yeah.
145, nah, dog. It's not too wide, guys. I mean, all right, minus 270. Yeah, that's a little wide.
Compared to the money line is what I'm saying. I think Oki's hands are gonna fly. And then next you know, he grapples all night. Well,
he better not, bro. He's
Better
definitely
not.
a knockout machine. You
Yeah.
know, he don't go to decision. He finishes fights via KO. You got to think Oki KO in this one, man.
Oki KO is what we're both gonna call. Let's fucking get it, man. Next fight on the card. Let's keep running. We have Trevin Giles versus Carlos Prates. The pick to me is Prates all day. I think Trevin Giles is past his best day, and he's running into somebody who's going to make him pay. And I think Prates is going to end up putting him out. I feel like the hands of Prates are smooth. The jiu-jitsu is there. Giles has decent athleticism and can land some takedowns, but I don't think he's extraordinary from top position or just overall with grappling. I'd say he's quality, but nothing that I see on the side of Prates where I'm like intimidated by Giles in one area. I think Prates to knock him out.
Yeah, we just saw Giles get smoked by Bonefim, but you know, here he is against another pretty phenomenal striker. I think Bonefim submitted him. But here he is against a really good striker, a guy who another true finisher, finishes fights via KO. And you know, Giles is a veteran. I mean, he's looked competent. I do think there's a pathway for him via grappling, especially the wrestling aspects. He needs to be very physical here. He needs to use the fence. He needs to close the distance, try to eke out a decision here. Clearly, the obvious favorite is Prates, and I think him via KO makes a lot of sense. His hands are too damn fast. He's in his prime right now, as to where Giles probably in the latter end, right? And you got to think Prates KO.
Stefan Gauthier just gifted a membership. It went to Cheyenne Slaps, big W. Prates by KO to get it done on both our fronts. Now, he's not a close money favorite. He's minus 254, but I think he's cruising to a W. Over 1.5, I don't like either one of it. It's minus 135 over, under plus 100. Knockout for our boy Prates is plus 105. I think he's a parlay piece, maybe a money line. Maybe you're running up with prospects. Maybe you're, throwing Oki Prates. Maybe you're going Prates Lookboonmee. Find out in the parlay section. We'll drop some heat for you guys soon.
Diamond says that Giles is a legend. I see
What?
Giles is unstoppable. Sleuth, I don't think Giles is bad. Hey, they got more respect for Mr. Trevin Giles. The problem with Trevin Giles is he can't strike with this dude. He has to get these takedowns. If he stands at distance with Prates, he's getting lit up like a Christmas tree, okay? Star on top. I think he needs these takedowns. He needs to use that fence. What are one of my lines, AJ? He needs to push him into that fence like cheese through a cheese grater. He needs to definitely keep him on that wall. If he wrestles in this fight, he has a pathway. Other than that, I see him getting lit up. I got to think the young phenom, Prates gets it done.
Wavy, thank you for 199. Shout out to the G. Yeah, we're on Prates. We're riding with the money side. And let's keep running up, Mike Finch. I think we're cooking tonight. I think we got some big things coming. Starting the next one off, I believe it brings us to our main card opener. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Let's hit 100 likes on stream. And then, listen, I said no more sober picks. I got to do the lock with a rip. So if you want to see it, smash the like button. Show a little love. Hit those likes, baby. Run them up. And let's get to this fight. Vieira versus Petrosyan. Mike Finch, I'm picking Petrosyan to out-kickbox Rodolfo Vieira and evade the takedowns. Even though Vieira's got this championship jiu-jitsu, he's not a tremendous wrestler. And I don't think he's going to be pulling guard well on Petrosyan. And I think Petrosyan's going to be dangerous in the stand-up. I think he hurts him, and I think he's the first guy in the UFC to chin him.
For me, it's all about the takedown, and where Vieira might be able to get him is on that fence. I've seen Petrosyan have trouble when his ass hits the fence, Beyond that, yeah, Petrosyan should be very far ahead in the kickboxing. I do think that in that small cage, Vieira will get a hold of him at points, so it really is going to matter that Petrosyan's hitting those weights. Is he strong enough to hit a big underhook, spend some energy, get back to the center of that cage, and put put some activity on Vieira, because there is a pathway for Vieira, and it's walk towards him, block a little bit, shoot in, double leg, and then take him down. What you laughing at? Not me.
I'm
Not
laughing
me.
because I'm trying to block this fucking guy with an ass pick, and I accidentally click on it and bring it.
It's an ass. It's an actual ass. It's his ass.
I don't know if it's his ass. I hope
Did you just
not,
see man ass right now? Or is that
I'll
what
be
you're
honest, it
telling
was
me?
long hair, so maybe, I don't know. They,
Oh
them
my
ass. I don't know.
Oh my God.
It's
No
ass.
respect out
What
here.
the fuck?
Guys, come on, man. Come on. The ladies don't want
disrespect,
scary
bro.
ass, okay? Jesus, guys.
Holy fuck.
Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying that Vieira hits a double leg here, and he's gonna be able to do a lot to Petrosyan. I think Petrosyan's gonna have a lot of trouble getting up off of his back with Vieira, who's really good at pins, really good at pinning the hips and the shoulders down. So he can't be getting taken down here. Yes, Petrosyan is good at distance, and so Petrosyan has a pathway here, but a really tough pick for me because of that small cage. I think Vieira could get a hold of him. I'm just watching this one, bro. Yeah, fuck it. Petrosyan, he's a better striker. He could get this thing done, but I'm concerned about that double leg, dog, enough to not bet on it.
The double leg is always dangerous from Vieira, but you know what? I'm going to have some faith in Petrosyan with you, and we're going to pick Petrosyan, close money underdog, -105 to -115. You're playing with fire here. The over 1.5 is -170. That's fair. Petrosyan knockout +250. I don't like the prop, man. I don't like the prop. The money line's nerve-wracking. Maybe it goes over 1.5 and Petrosyan stops him in the second or third round.
I mean, that would be badass. But I do think that they exchange. Like them being in that little cage, Vieira, this heavily muscled dude who needs the takedown, he's closing the distance. So the opportunities will be there for a Petrosyan KO.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. And I think we're on the right side of history. Let's go. Petrosyan knockout. Let's get it. Let's keep running up the card. Next fight on it, we got Michael Johnson versus Darius Flowers. You know my pick, Mike Finch? Do you know?
You going with Flowers.
Flowers. I'm getting some tulips on this coming Saturday.
What's the Miley Cyrus song?
In the hands, for hours. I don't understand.
Say things you don't understand. Yeah, okay. You going Flowers. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So
You like 39-year-old fighters. I don't know why you would doubt Michael Johnson.
Listen, Darius Flowers had a boxing run. Okay, he's got 11 fights in boxing. All right, 11 fights. I'm not talking about his record, but he got 11 fights in boxing. He's got knockout power in his hands.
What, he's got a bad record? I don't even know his boxing record.
Listen, you know what? Don't even ask me nothing about his boxing record.
Really?
Okay?
You
want to look it up?
Right now.
You can look it up. You can give it a look. It is what it is. Fuck. I think that Darius Flowers is dangerous, though, because he's a former 85er, former 70-pounder. Now he's ripped up fighting at 55 against Michael Johnson, whose durability is not that good. Is Flowers this week's Pete Rodriguez? Chat. If Flowers is this week's Pete Rodriguez, type L in the chat right now, and you're directing it right at me.
Hold up. This is not real. He's really 1-10 in boxing?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He was taking fights, though, cruiserweight. He was just laying down, I think. Look at all the L's in chat. Holy fuck. We got Pick'em with a W. Thank you, Pick'em. Thank you, Pick'em. Thank you, Pick'em. Go with your gut. I appreciate it.
He's 1-10 in boxing.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Bro, what are you on? Hell no. Michael Johnson. All right. I don't care how old he is. He's got Henry Hooft in the corner. They're going to come out there and they're going to get to work. My guy, Michael Johnson. One more dub. Hang it up, Mike, because you've spoken your piece. We appreciate you, Michael Johnson. You punched Khabib and got him all wobbly. I think that's the most wobbly I've ever seen Khabib. You ask Khabib, and he says it was Justin Gaethje who hurt him the worst. But from my eyes, it looked like Michael Johnson. I just think Khabib felt he was a little more in his prime right then and ate it like a sandwich. But he was on ice skates. And Michael Johnson could do that to anybody. He's got a really nice 1-2. I'm going to go Michael Johnson here. Is it a KO? Is it a decision? I don't know. I got so much respect for the old man. I'm going KO. How about that?
Let's go. I respect it. Michael Johnson to win, -134. Flowers to win, +114. Flowers by KO, +225. Johnson by KO, +135. I think that either guy could be knocked out in this fight. Like, I think Flowers could definitely catch him with a shot over the top. I think Flowers could hit him with a little Diego Ferreira bomb, little looping overhand.
I mean, it's a close fight. You wouldn't bet on this fight?
There is Flowers by knockout, maybe. It's like I don't know, man. I'm not trying to second guess myself after last week. So you know what? There is Flowers by knockout.
Dang. 5'9". At least he's 29 years old.
Bro,
though.
he's ripped too.
That
And
is
he was not
noticeable.
ripped before.
He's
at 55 for the first time. He fought in boxing at 190. Like, I don't know, man.
You know what? Michael Johnson is only 37. I actually thought he was like legitimately 39. I wasn't fucking around. 37-year-old Michael Johnson. He's got this. Michael Johnson, dog.
All right. Michael Johnson, the Finchman's pick. I respect it. Let's keep running up the card. Next fight on the card, we got Brad Tavares versus Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop. I'm going RoboCop to win this thing, Finch. I think he can chin Tavares, maybe even sub him. The thing with RoboCop is we've seen him chinned a few times, but like Jordan Williams, perfect punch. Bruno Ferreira, dynamite power striker. Brad Tavares, well-rounded, decent boxer, not a lot of power, has been knocked out by powerhouses a few times in the past, tends to do better against guys without like that crazy sting and power. I'm going to call Rodriguez knockout. Tavares recently was knocked out by Bruno Silva. Then he came back and beat Chris Weidman. I think Gregory Rodriguez can give him some difficulty in this matchup, man. I'm going RoboCop.
Yeah, I see what you're seeing, but Brad Tavares coming off of that Chris Weidman win is nice. I mean, I like the fact that he's getting better at wrestling, that he's he's in Vegas now, right? He's with the Extreme Couture team.
I'm pretty sure he is riding with them. Yeah, he's been riding with them for a couple of years now.
That's great, man. They've been looking good for a couple of years now.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Yeah, I know Drickus beat him and Bruno Silva beat him, but I don't hate those losses, man. And Gregory Rodriguez, remember, got slept by Bruno Ferreira, who's much more green. I mean, Bruno Ferreira
looks sick against Phil Hawes, though. He threw Phil Hawes around.
Facts.
So that's why I was like,
good
all right.
fight. I'm saying this is a really good fight. And when I look at the line, you're gonna put RoboCop at 2.5, almost 3-1 favorite. Like, I think that's a little fucking wide. I think we got to respect Brad Tavares. Brad Tavares has a pathway to win this decision. He's the better wrestler, so it could cancel out RoboCop's jiu-jitsu. And on the feet, this thing is kind of close, bro. I don't know, man.
I respect that.
What's that?
I respect that call. I respect your call, bro. I see 209 people in the stream, 209 people on the live. So guys, make sure you smash the likes and listen in chat right now. If I see enough W's, I'll do a little off-screen ripskis for the Finch man. We'll dedicate it to him right here, right now. So give us some likes and love. And if you're new, subscribe, man. We're closing in on 28,000 subs. We'd appreciate your subscription, baby. Let's go.
I don't try to let the odds dictate my picks. My flat pick on this one, no odds, RoboCop. But I think it's a close fight. I think it's a good fight. I think Tavares is in this fight.
Let's go. I like the call. Finchman going Tavares. This rips for Finchman and all the people dropping W in the chat. Shout out to all you savages.
Folks, don't get it twisted, all right? It's not a plea that I'm copping. I'm saying that RoboCop is my pick on this one, but respect to Tavares. I think the Tavares line is a little too wide.
Respect to Tavares. The line is wide. I'm tongue twisting over here.
As soon as AJ gets baked, all of a sudden we're getting too loose here. Sober AJ is going to be just fine at picking fights, folks. You have faith.
Listen, sober AJ might have picked Brad Tavares, but the Ripskis is telling me RoboCop with those heavy hands is going to chin him. And I'm going knockout for RoboCop, man. A Brazilian just slept Tavares 2 fights ago. I'm going Brazil, doubling down on it, baby. Let's get it.
Damn, yeah, RoboCop, he could take a cut too. Remember how big that cut was on his forehead? My man RoboCop's tough as shit. We'll double up on the cop. All right, we're going with the cop.
Let's go. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card, we got Ihor Potieria versus Robert Brzyczek. Potieria is dropping to 185 for the first time since pre-Contender Series. And Bracek is coming in from Octagon as a highly regarded contender over there. And the dude can throw some hands, man. And he's technical schooled, works off of a nice jab, follows with straights and body shots, is very comfortable inside of the cage and calm, and seems like a real veteran. Even though he hasn't fought in the UFC yet, he's still a quality veteran and has fought decent opposition outside of the octagon. Poteria, granted, experienced guy too, coming off of that Bellato loss where he kind of gassed out and Bellato got the better of him after he was looking sick early. Dropping down in weight. Bracek was originally supposed to fight Albert Duraev here. I'm thinking Bracek is going to box him up, man. I know Poteria is slick and pretty solid, but I'm not going to be overestimating his striking because he slept an old Shogun and he touched up a really stiff Bellato. Bracek's a technical schooled guy, and we're at 85. We're in a different weight class now, baby. I'm going with Bracek, man.
Yeah, we got to go with Bracek. I feel like me and AJ generally fade Ihor Poteria. I mean, I gave him the dub against Shogun. I think you might even have picked Shogun, bro. Would you have Shogun in that fight?
Of course I picked Shogun. Are you kidding me?
Shogun. Of course he picked the legend, and he leaves Michael Johnson out. How dare he? Iron Knee and the Finch Man donate to the team. Ali
Bombay. Yo, shout out Ali Point VTV. Excellent in the chat. Throwing us a dono. We appreciate the hell out of you.
I think the problem here is that Poteria is going to fight where Bracek is best, and that's on the feet, standing in front of him. What we want to see is somebody take this killer down, take this knockout artist down. Poteria is going to strike with him. It's not going to go for him. Give me Bracek knockout.
Bracek knockout for the Finch Man and I both. -190 Bracek, +165 Poteria. Looking at Bracek KOing him, -145. The line there, -145. Holy shit. I am thinking that Bracek would be more of a money line or a parlay piece. He's debuting in the UFC, but ultimately, I think he looks pretty good elsewhere. So Bracek for the W. Polish power.
Hey, I'm Polish too, so no bias here, folks, but let's go Bracek.
No, we're repping Poland, baby. I'll get the hat. Let's go. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card. It brings us to our co-main event. It's Dan Ige versus Andre Fili. Ige coming in here initially was scheduled to fight Lerone Murphy, but Fili took it on short notice. Respect to him. He's coming off of a sick knockout of Lucas Almeida, and he looks like he ended Almeida's career in that fight. It was a sick win. His hands look so fast, and Fili, not normally known for the one-touch knockout, but damn, it looked good in that fight. Now he's fighting 50K Ige, who's known for good boxing. I found myself in a little bit of a bind between these two thinking about it, but I have to rely on Ige to be the more powerful striker and close that gap. I'm going to say Ige rocks him a couple times, but not substantially enough where he's going down and out, but clean punch lands and makes Fili kind of retreat a bit, or at the very least, be a little more defense-minded. And I think Dan Ige is going to win a competitive fight.
Dan Ige is just such a different style. He's wound in. He's got his ribs blocked by his elbows. He's got his chin tucked as to where Fili's using that length and standing up tall, and that's going to be a problem when he can't manage the distance properly with Dan Ige. If Dan Ige could manage that distance, make sure nothing's happening on the outside, and then when he closes, boom, 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 he's coming up with that left hook. He's dropping that right hand to the body. I do think he's going to start tearing Fili up in the boxing. Fili's live. Fili's dangerous. I mean, but look at the, checkered career of Andre Fili. We can't just hype him up because he had a nice finish in the last one, although it did look sick. And I saw like cell phone footage from the crowd. It looked really cool. What a cool moment for Fili. He's definitely tough as nails. He's a veteran, but Dan Ige is 2 at this point, and I do believe in Dan Ige's hands a lot more. I just like the fundamentals of Dan Ige, and he might even be able to hit a takedown or 2 and control from the top. So Dan Ige all day over a tall and fairly durable and dangerous Andre Fili, because I believe in the style of Dan Ige, much more bettable for me, especially in this matchup.
Dan Ige for the win for both of us, Finch. We're riding with this side. I think that we're not falling into the recency bias of Fili chinning a Lucas Almeida, which looks great. And I think, what's interesting about watching tape of fights is if you go and watch Fili and you watch him win, in that fight, you're like, damn, he looks sick. And then let's say you're going back and you're checking out what's a recent fight against Dan Ige where he showcased a lot of stand-up. Then you're watching Nate Landwehr versus Ige, and you're like, okay, maybe Fili could snipe him out. Like, in a sense, like the styles make the fights. And even when you're watching film, remember, the opposition, you know, has a different style than the fighter upcoming. Those same shots and opportunities might not really open themselves up. And then you have somebody, you know, that look great against X fighter. It's the same, like if we're looking earlier on this card, we're talking about if you're picking what is the freaking early fight of the night that I'm totally forgetting here early in the night. This is a good take here, man. I got to bring it up. Yeah, it's like with Quy Long, how I'm saying he beat Johnny Munoz, he looks sick. And then you're like, yo, but Daniel Marcos really struggled against Davey Grant. But look at the opposition difference, you know, and it's similar here. I think that Fili's in a big step up. And like, yes, he looked good against Almeida. Don't get carried away in thinking that he has hands to the level of a top 15 Dan Ige. That's it.
Yeah, Dan Ige's had such a tough schedule. I mean, if you look at the Dan Ige losses, Calvin Kattar, Korean Zombie, Josh Emmett, Movsar Evelev, and then that decision loss to Bryce Mitchell where he was getting taken down. Andre Fili got taken down by Bryce Mitchell too. So, yeah, I think that they've, you know, not that Andre Fili's had an easy schedule, but not quite the schedule of Dan Ige. That's something to note here as well. I like 50K, brother.
Dan Ige's minus 163, the favorite. Fili plus 143. And looking at Ige, probably on the cards, it's plus 150 with an over 2.5 and minus 185. I like Ige too, bro. I think he's got a fair shot. I think he's got a fair.
Excited to see this fight too. I think they'll put on a good one. I want to see how Dan Ige looks. It's his time to put a little win streak together. Andre Fili's the right opponent for it.
Let's go. I agree. Let's jump to the main event of the evening. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you smash that like button. If this is your first time on the channel, make sure to subscribe. This is Moneyline Monday with me and Mike Finch. AJ, I'm doing videos and live streams every day. So keep your eyes locked in here at the MMA Experts channel, man. Make sure you subscribe. This fight is Jack Hermansson versus Joe Pyfer in the main event. And I think that it is a showcase fight for Joe Pyfer. It's a chance. The UFC said here, win this fight, and now you are on the fast track. Dude's got 3 wins in the UFC, albeit not the greatest competition. The Mearshart win is quite legit. Like, Mearshart's a decently skilled guy, but Alan Amidovsky to start things off, not huge. And I feel like I'm missing one amongst a bunch here that I'm going to bring up Tapology for. So we had the Alan Amidovsky debut where he looked good, and he came off Contender Series with a nice win too over Ozzy Diaz. And then he took on Mearshart, beat him up. And then, yeah, last time he fought Al Hassan, and he looked pretty dominant. And Al Hassan's a strong and tricky guy. Now they jump him all the way to Jack Hermansson, who's top 12, top 13 right now, still ranked in the upper echelon of the world. But I think Joe Pyfer's got something good. And I think there's a reason they're fast-tracking a kid like this is because they see an opportunity to build a prospect. Middleweight needs new blood, new contenders. And Joe Pyfer might be that guy. He supposedly has the hardest punch in the world, harder than Francis Ngannou's. He did the test and beat it. But I said in practice, I don't believe it. Sure, hitting the machine, but in reality, it's not. I'm picking Joe Pyfer to beat Hermansson. Unfortunately, man, Hermansson doesn't really look spectacular in any area. I mean, he's had some sick wins throughout his career, tapped out Jacare, or rather out-grappled Jacare, tapped out Kelvin Gastelum, right? There's been moments for Hermansson, but when the test jumps, he tends to fail. And now he's being that tough gatekeeper. Shabazian got sent back. Chris Curtis got sent back. But I think Pyfer is going to break through the gate.
Yeah, I trained with Kelvin Gastelum leading up to that fight. I thought, man, his jab is on fire. He's going to go out there and outstrike the shit out of this guy. He gets out there against Hermansson. I think he hit a lateral drop or something. I forget what it was, but Hermansson jumps on that leg right away and hits him with a heel hook. This is something that we can't bet on, though. This is not a bettable type of thing. What am I going to pick? Hermansson via heel hook against Joe Pyfer? Watch, he heel hooks him now. I think Joe Pyfer's a problem, man. This guy, and Hermansson's had a really tough schedule. It stays tough with this matchup. You know, I heard Hermansson saying, well, he hasn't fought anybody in the top 10. That's where everybody starts. That's where everybody starts. You have to break in, and this is one of those phenoms where the hype is definitely behind him. He's got some wind in his sails, and I think he is going to break into that top 10 and then that top 5. Joe Pyfer is a big problem. I think it's going to take a very decorated striker to be able to stay away from that power. Hermansson with that high guard shit, with that block shit where he's just tucking his chin, man, those little gloves in that little cage, they're going to find their way through. I got Joe Pyfer via knockout, and we got to say it's confidently.
Joe Pyfer knockout with fair confidence, man. Minus 250 for Pyfer, plus 210 for Hermansson, with a Pyfer by KO line at plus 125.
I see Anakin Skywalker already saying Pyfer future champ. Like, people want to go that far, but you can imagine him in some tough matchups with a style bender or with, some of these great strikers, right? You can imagine some matchups where you go, okay, Joe Pyfer would have trouble here. But the Jack Hermansson matchup, Jack Hermansson would need a takedown that I don't think he's going to get.
Pyfer just won in grappling a couple times, and he destroyed Mearshart in grappling. He beat him in the cage first, and then he grappled him and beat him in his own world. So Pyfer's quality everywhere it goes, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's also good at grappling, 100%. So another reason why Jack Hermansson would have trouble there. But I think Jack Hermansson's ground game at this point is underrated. Like, the dude does have some nice submissions. One of the only guys to really understand like single leg X and understanding leg entanglements, ashigaramis. You see a lot of UFC fighters who don't. If you folks want to see me leg lock people, it's on my YouTube page. I know a thing or two about these leg locks, and it's cool to see it at a UFC level. So when I saw him heel hook Kelvin Gastelum, I said, oh shit, we're about to see this guy slamming heel hooks on people. And then he hasn't really gone back to it, So this might be the time to dust it off. But Joe Pyfer, as you said, first knocked out Gerald Mearshart and then grapples him and beats him in grappling too. So he's got skills everywhere. That's for sure. I think the problem for Hermansson here is that he's trapped in a cage with a power puncher.
Yeah, agreed. We're on the same side, Finch, man. We're riding with Pyfer. We're picking knockout. That is UFC Vegas 86, but we're not done just yet. Mike Finch, you ready to bring some vengeance to the lock of the week?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Moneyline lock of the night. It's UFC Vegas 86. Mike Finch, last week, coming off of a big W with Randy Brown, and he did call knockout too. What are you thinking this week, my friend?
Look, man, I like 50K Ige. I know he's a favorite. I know you guys hate when I lock favorites, but I got to give you guys true. I can't just look for like even odds and underdogs and give you guys locks. I got to tell you like it is. 50K Ige is a bettable guy on Saturday, and whatever it is, minus 150, minus 175, I think that tag is worth it. Give me 50K Ige as my lock of the night.
Well, last week, I got rocked. I felt like Themba hit me with that fucking overhand when P. Rodriguez fell. I got fucked up last week, but it's all right. It's all right, because this week, I'm maybe using it as an excuse to get my head back on track. I'm going ultra conservative. Loma Lookboonmee lock of the week. I'm riding with my initial thought. Forget about the odds. Yeah, I understand. It's a lock. It's a bet. It's minus 260. It ain't pretty. But at the end of the day, I'm looking to catch a W and get this streak going again. And if I got to take, a little lighter touch, sometimes that's the way to go.
I like it, AJ, and I like that you're telling the people like what you really believe in, right? Because we want to give them what we bet, and I feel like AJ is confident in that one. You guys want his confidence? I could hear it in his voice when he dropped the pick. That's where it's at.
Pete Rodriguez, you saying you could hear that I wasn't feeling it? Or was I delusional, man?
Pete Rodriguez, are you talking to somebody in the chat? What are you talking about?
Last week when I called Pete, man, you heard in my voice that we were going down with Pete.
I sometimes you drop a pick, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll go on some rant and I drop my pick and I could see your wheels spinning. I could see you like, could the fight go like that? Lookboonmee is definitely not that case, AJ. I'm not talking about last week. I'm just talking about I heard your confidence tonight.
That's fair. Let's go. I am confident. Let's go. They're calling me Pepperoni AJ in the chat. Well, for that disrespect, go sit in the corner, son. Go sit in the fucking corner, son. All right, let's keep running up to our next segment.
I was literally trying to read it, and then it was gone.
It was gone.
AJ is the god of the chat, folks. He just waves the wand, and you are out of here. All right,
Listen,
folks.
I don't ban
there's
easy.
heaven, there's purgatory, and then there's where AJ sends you.
But listen, you know what? As I started doing the channel more, I said, hey, listen, I control the chat, son. Somebody comes in talking crazy, I'm not going to kick you out, but I'll put you in the corner with the dunce hat on. That's it. After my picks the other day, though, so after Pete Rodriguez's call, we had a subscriber. He had me with the dunce hat as his profile pic. I thought it was 10 out of 10. I was dying laughing. I brought it up. Holy shit. All right,
have you ever even seen a dunce hat? It's funny how everybody knows what that is. But could you imagine going to your local elementary school and seeing some kid sitting in the corner, looking at the corner with a cap on? I mean, this is just like, where is this from? Is this from the Middle Ages? When did this happen?
This was in the early 1900s, I believe. I think bring it back. Kids will stop acting out with this fucking dunce hat on. You'll be shamed publicly. I think you got to
wear a stupid hat.
Mm-hmm. That's it. You sit in the
mask. Everybody goes, ha ha. He's got a hat on. What an idiot.
Exactly. Let's go. Mike, let's keep running up the card. All right. Well, I guess running up the segments. We got to go to your favorite segment. It's time for the parlay.
All the competition that try to compete, stand back, watch the bomb drop.
Parlay time. Open up your wallets and let's bet on some fist fights.
Let's go. It's parlay time. Joe Pyfer's in the parlay, and you might want to put down some cash. Look, man, I'll drop the parlay first since I started it off already. I'm going with Joe Pyfer. I think Joe Pyfer in a cage, locked in that little tiny circumference. I feel like it's going to be a problem for Jack Hermansson. Jack Hermansson needs a takedown he's not going to get, and I don't like how he blocks high. That shell blocking is your last line of defense, folks. If you're in a car, you wear a seatbelt, but you don't want to use it, just like when you block. I would rather move my head and not get hit, but that's not the Jack Hermansson way, and that's going to catch up to him in this one, folks. If you're on that freeway and that person slams the brakes in front of you, what do? Do you rear end them? Well, you got a bumper. Why not? No, you change lanes, you hit the brakes, you don't get in the accident. The better way to deal with Joe Pyfer is moving your head like an Adesanya, not blocking like a Hermansson. I got Pyfer KO, and I picked the last fight of the night. I might as well pick the first fight of the night. Daniel Marcos should absolutely outpoint Aoriqileng. I know that's a closer pick, but at least the odds are closer too. Give me Daniel Marcos and Joe Pyfer, and that's my parlay tonight.
Mike Finch riding with a plus 108 range parlay, and I absolutely love to see it. For me on the parlays, I'm going to throw the likes of Prates, okay? I'm trying to leave the lock out of it. I'm not going to put Lookboonmee.
I saw you thinking about putting Lookboonmee.
I almost did. I
Lookboonmee's name in the chat popping up right now.
I say, don't do it. Let's go body bags. Let's tell you what body bags over here. We're going Pyfer plus 110. I think those two are pretty money, but because I have such a wide favorite as the lock, I think I'm also going to throw. So I'm going to go Finch's 2 and then add in Prates for a trifecta. And if you're really feeling crazy, you know, you could even throw Lookboonmee in. But yeah, we got plus 200 for those three. How about that?
It's interesting.
What do you think about that, Finch?
That's nice. That's nice. Go for it, AJ.
Let's go. Thanks, brother. I'm listening. We're swinging for home runs up in here. That's it.
You know, I played 4 years of baseball. I'm so bad, so I'll never use a baseball reference. But I'll tell you what, with this MMA shit, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I think we got some nice locks and parlays here. You could have thrown Lookboonmee in there. You're all good, bro. You ain't nobody judging you for putting your lock in your parlay shit. The people want to know the best parlay. That's what they want to know.
You're right. Well, Lookboonmee's a good addition with Pyfer. Those two together. Beautiful. Lock that up.
I generally like to separate my lock and my parlay when I'm actually betting, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm actually betting, I don't have all my eggs in one basket.
Right. No, you're right. And let's fucking cash this week, Finch. Let's go. How you feeling? You excited right now for this card? I'm actually stoked.
I'm stoked for it. I mean, look, it's not a star-studded card, but it's got a couple cool fights. When I saw Dan Ige versus Andre Fili, I thought, hell yeah, that's a cool matchup. I want to see a Joe Pyfer fight. There's a couple fights on here that are cool, so for sure we'll be having some fun watching some fist fights on Saturday again.
Let's go, Finch, man. Big W to the Finch, man. Big W to everybody in chat. It's been a beautiful stream. Beautiful fight coming up this Saturday in the main event. Beautiful fight card, I'd say. Maybe not. You know, the Apex is being overused. The UFC is disrespecting us, fans. We're being disrespected a little bit. I think the Apex is being overused a bit. I think we got to maybe go once a month, once every 6 weeks, but I'm seeing it 2 weeks back to back. I'm seeing it more weeks forthcoming. It's like, well, might as well just place it at the Apex. That's all we're doing now. What about the fans? What made this fucking sport?
Fair enough. I think they want to pump out a lot of content. I mean, when I was a fan in the beginning, they would have 1 card a month. That's all you got. You got 12 cards a year. I mean, that's pretty much what they were able to pump out. Now you got a card every weekend, you spoiled fucks. So
yeah, we are
enjoy it and quit bitching, AJ. No, I'm just kidding.
It sounded like American Dad, actually. That's funny. That's good shit. All right, Finch.
Dad, freaking rip off a Family Guy. How dare they? How dare they make a second Family Guy? We already got Family Guy.
It's a good show.
Is it?
You haven't watched it?
I've watched like an episode or two. There's like an alien,
a bisexual alien.
I'm not with the gay alien. It's not really.
Dude, I'll be honest. His character grows on you with time. He plays all different characters in the show because he like has all these disguises. It's a good show. Roger, man, he's funny. Stan's cool. I think Stan's cool. I think he's a good dude. The wife is a little bit ditzy, but that
you're missing me with all this shit. Fuck that show. I think the Family Guy characters are way better. You got the baby, the dog that talks, Meg. You got the Family Guy. Family Guy's way better.
Listen, let's say there's no UFC on, but we got PFL on, and it's a good main event. Are you still watching?
Yeah.
All right, then. So we got Family Guy. And we got American Dad.
American Dad is PFL?
Yeah, it's PFL. Shit. It's still good.
Holy shit. Yeah. First of all, no, that's okay. PFL is a little... they're trying to do something different, right? They're trying to do something different out here.
Bellator, then.
I respect that. As to where I could see American Dad is copying, just directly, shamelessly copying Family Guy. It might be the same writers. I mean, maybe they're doing it on, it's sort of the intended purpose. But I'm saying I've already got Family Guy. I got UFC. I don't need CFU. At least PFL's trying to do something a little different. They got the $1 million tournaments. I mean, they're trying, right?
Yeah, you're right. They're trying. Fuck it. God bless, man. I'm standing up for American Dad. I think it's a decent show. That's it. That's the truth.
I'll try it. Yeah, somebody just dropped the Cleveland show. I think the Cleveland show was oh, that's your guy who was in a timeout. Did you come out of timeout? Where's your dunce hat? I think the Cleveland show is a better copycat show for sure. Yeah. Huh. I like going from 0 to 1, right? It's a great business book by Peter Thiel. So yeah. AJ's about globalization, okay? Taking a show that already exists and just fucking copying it. Sure. I like seeing something go from 0 to 1, an original idea. So the original Family Guy, tremendous. The Cleveland show, American Dad, at this point, they're just copying. The original The Office, incredible. Yeah. My wife likes to watch like Parks and Rec and like these rip-off shows from The Office. They're just faking it, folks.
What about The Simpsons, huh? Is Family Guy not a spin-off of The Simpsons?
Is that right? You're gonna have to let that one marinate with me, AJ.
All right, I'm just saying.
Maybe you got a point there.
Yeah. Listen, God bless everybody. We appreciate you all. We're going on a damn adult cartoon rant. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash the likes if you haven't. If you're new, subscribe. Follow Finch, man. Mike Finch MMA, the Mike Finch Show. Check them out on the social media platform. Show the guys some love. I'll be live tomorrow, dropping live streams or even videos every single day. So keep it locked in here as we close in on 28,000 subs, man. Much love, everybody. Peace out. And we'll see you all in the next one.